But before I get going, speaking of seeing, you can see all this on the OutKick YouTube page. Huh? What? Yeah, you can. You can. Here's a reminder. Like, comment, and, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Me, Riley Gaines, Hot Mike, Ricky Cobb, Tyrus, Clay. Are you kidding me? It's the best lineup on television, and we want you to be a part of it by simply liking, subscribing, and commenting. Hey, you know that boil that's on America's ass? No, I'm not. No. I'm not talking about Angel Reese. She's the boil on Caitlin Clark's ass. No. Megan Rapinoe is that boil right on your ass. You know, you try to pinch it and whatever. I don't want to get too gross, crawling out of her cave of irrelevancy. The pimple on the ass of the United States. The boil on the ass. Oh, my God, the worst. Megan Rapinoe has resurfaced. Oh, she's resurfaced to the light to fire off some shots at President Trump. See, Rapinoe does not like the fact that we have zero illegal immigrants, criminals crossing the border. She does not like the fact that inflation is down, interest rates are down. Oh, no. She doesn't like all of that. She's taking issue with the fact that the President of the United States is protecting women. Now think about that, protecting women and young girls in their own sports from having to compete against biological males. This is not a story that's worn out. This is a story that fascinates everybody that's following it because it's like, I don't know, man. There was a time when if you said, I'm going into the bathroom following my daughter because some creeper that's dressed like a chick is going in there too. If you said you were following your daughter, then somebody would come at you. There'd be an article written. You're sexist. You're a bigot. No. I said it at the time, and I'll say it again. One of you creepers goes in the locker room with my daughter, I'm going in. I am. Ain't happening. Leah Thomas goes in with my daughter slinging his schlong. I don't want that action. I think it's just really cruel. How's it cruel? Now, let me take that for a second. Megan Rapinoe says it's cruel. Everybody that defended this way back said, women in sports that are transgender, men to women, didn't get into this for sports. Okay, if they didn't get into it for sports, why is it cruel? I mean, there are 999,999 other ways to go about it. It's not cruel because this isn't what you did this for. This is ancillary. So cruel is the wrong word. It's just really cruel, If you strip it all back, it's just kind of cruel. You haven't said anything. And depraved. No, it's depraved to act like a dude or be a dude and go into a woman's locker room and swing your dick around. This isn't an issue. She hasn't said anything yet. And you aren't really going to be able to execute executive order that trans people out of existence. Nobody wants to. See, this is where these idiots get sideways. This is the kind of stuff that the American people have woken up to. Nobody wants anything but the best for transgender people. Just don't put them in men's locker room. Play them against women. Play them against men. Don't have them in women's locker room. Play them against men. We've just gone through a very long period, over 10 years, of really needing to fight just to get a baseline of equal rights and non-discriminatory behavior. And when people stop just shitting on women's sports, I think we are sort of at that moment. Okay, what does that mean? Nobody wants transgender to leave. I would argue, okay, Ms. Rapinoe, go play against the men. It's simple. Go make it women's only and then men plus open. I saw Sage Steele put that out there, and I liked it a lot. So she says nothing here. Absolutely nothing here. Nobody's trying to extinct anybody. It's sports. Easy. Men plus open. Why is that so hard? You play. Work hard. Play. Secondly, calling an order to protect women's sports. The only reason that Rapinoe is a famous multimillionaire, cruel and depraved, is peak irony. It really is. I would argue, I would bet money that in her personal life there's some depravity. I would bet. Now, I don't know that, but she seems evil. Always has, always will. Just evil. She's not fighting for anything. She's trying to keep a brand afloat because any reasonable human being knows Donald Trump's executive order is not trying to extinguish trans people. It's simply protecting women who have fought to play in sports. Ms. Rapinoe among them, made millions, got all kind of recognition. I'm sure when she goes in the airport, a bunch of people tell her she's right. See, that's what happens in this world. We sit here as the voice of common sense and say, well, you crazy? But people see her go, oh, it's Megan Rapinoe. Oh, not because of her stance for civil rights or whatever she thinks she's doing, but because she was able to play as a woman on a team that won the World Cup. That's what it is. That's it. So nobody's asking for anything. Nobody ever to be, we want you extinguished. What are you, nuts? Care about that? Just don't play against girls. Just protect women in sports. Whatever happens outside is normal human behavior, normal human life. But in sports, in that locker room, I got to tell you, protecting them's pretty good. Third, no one is trying to executive order trans people out of existence. What rational, common sense people want is simple. No life-altering surgery or experimental hormone drugs for children, and no biological males competing in women's sports. Now, if you don't understand this, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. Kids, well, you know the drill. You can't buy booze till you're 21. Cigarettes, you can't drive a car, right? Okay. We all know the drill. We got it. We understand it. So why are you allowed to have a surgery that cuts off the pee-pee, the breast, whatever, at 6? See, I said this, and I'll continue to say this. These parents should be prosecuted. Child mutilation, child abuse. What are you doing? Can you imagine doing that to your child? See, here's the thing about children. They grow up. And you better be damn sure as a parent that you're right about that. I don't know how you possibly could be. Hey, Dad, I want to be a policeman. Oh, okay. There's a really famous kind of a cartoon on Twitter. Mom, it's a little girl. Mom, I think I'm a boy. No, you're not. There you go. I don't know. If you hear the dog in the background, maybe somebody's robbing the house. If they are, hey, what are you going to do? Maybe it'll be a good show. Maybe they'll come in and shoot me on live TV. I don't know. You know the best way to on women's sports? Allow men to compete in them. That's right. That's right. I mean, it's simple. You want to crap on women's sports? Let dudes compete. I don't know why this is a problem. Clay bodies Rapinoe with a reminder. Megan Rapinoe's U.S. women's soccer team lost 5-2 to a group of 15-year-old boys from Dallas, and now she wants grown men in women's sports. Her brain is broken. You know, Clay also was going to give $1 million if they, the WNBA champs, could come within 20 of a good high school team. He asked me what I thought when we were at dinner at the, at the Super Bowl, and I said, dude, it'll be 50. 50. I mean, maybe but whatever. Name the score. And I say 50, I mean 50. A good high school team, 50. The greatest obstacle women face are liberal women. That's from our friend Riley Gaines. And boy, is she right. Boy, is she right. Honest to God. Honest to God. So, long story short, Megan Rapinoe, good for her. Her Nike contract must be up. Her little contracts must be up. And I swear to God, at some point you're going to read that her partner, Sue Bird's had enough and ends up with a dude. Just my thought. Isn't sexist. Just my thought. You know, it's like my buddy Stroke. A friend of his, woman, said, I think I'm lesbian. Come out here. Have some sex. He came out there, out to Colorado. Halfway through, she's like, nah, I'm lesbian. Let's go out to dinner. All right, people change. Just saying. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It is. It is. ESPN, I don't know. I get so tired of ESPN. The level of stupid is just astounding. So here's the latest. ESPN posted a YouTube video Sunday highlighting with a question. Is Caitlin Clark the greatest of all time in women's basketball? Dude, she's played 1 year at the professional ranks. Dude. What are you doing? The greatest of all time? I mean, I get it. I do. I get it. You all are trying so hard to promote this. And I'm supposed to say and be mad that Caitlin Clark isn't one of the top 5 of all time. And I agree. But it's a stupid concept to even throw up there. The woman has been in professional basketball 1 year. The video found that Clark is not one of the top 5. She's not. Of course she's not. I don't. Brianna Stewart, Candace Parker, Taurasi, Maya Moore, Cheryl Miller. Fans can be pissed all they want. And they are. I support what ESPN did here. I get it, but it's just a stupid thing. I mean, guy 1 year, Michael Jordan, first year in the NBA. Is he one of the greatest basketball players of all time? Come on. I mean, the premise is asinine. The response, fine. People can be mad. I'll say this. I'll say to this point, Caitlin Clark is the most entertaining and dynamic woman that I have ever seen. Now, is that of all time? Hell, I don't know. But I don't think she's one of the top 5 all time. Of course not. She's been in professional basketball 1 freaking year. A year ago, she was playing against big gals from Indiana. Please. Love Caitlin. Love how she has transcended the game, but in the open, we said, what makes a top 5 player winning? Yes and no. Stop. Just I don't know who Ari Chambers is, but, if you want to tell me that Will Chamberlain isn't greater than Bill Russell because Russell won more championships, fine, but just look at what's real. The only strike against Caitlin Clark, she's not won a national championship. That's the only thing you can put against her because of the way she has dominated the record books. When she was at Iowa, it was something you could not duplicate. But how can you be a top 5 player if you haven't won a title? Yeah, I don't care what Ari Chambers has to say. She's a freaking idiot. That's a DEI hire at ESPN. Here's what I'll say. You want to talk about top 5 college players of all time? Sure. But if you're going to talk about top 5 women of all time, you must include professional sports. And she's been in it 1 year. I don't give a rat's ass what this Ari dumbass says. She has no idea. This little girl, Ari, is trying to make a case. Simple, not putting in race, and I give her credit for that, but she doesn't know her ass from third base. No, seriously, ESPN put a 10-minute video ranking all-time players. They say Caitlin Clark can't be ranked in the top 5, yet the title is Caitlin Clark the greatest of all time in college basketball to farm engagement and hate? Oh, I didn't know it was about college basketball. I should have read this. Hell yeah, she's one of the best 5 players of all time. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I don't give a damn. She took a bunch of little farm girls and went to the national championship game. Anyone saying Caitlin Clark isn't the greatest college player ever is not dealing in reality. She broke every scoring record. She brought a non-mainline team to 2 consecutive national championships. She's the greatest player ever, men's or women. That's bullshit. But let's be honest. If you're going to go about the business of talking about Caitlin Clark in college, hey, look, anybody go to UConn right now or South Carolina win a championship. Yeah, I don't care. Anybody can do that. I mean, LSU, go win a championship. Hell, you transfer from Maryland, go to LSU, win a championship. I stop with the championship stuff, particularly in women's sports. You see, I really should have read the copy before we started this. I thought it was the women's. I actually saw this on TV, too, and I thought it was the greatest women's player of all time. Oh, kiss my ass, all you little girls out there trying to analyze basketball. Of course she's, oh, my God, one of the 5 greatest of all time. Stop it. What, because she didn't win a championship? Rebecca Lobo's big ass goes to Iowa. They ain't getting the 2 championship games. Caitlin Clark goes to freaking UConn, and she plays on 4 national championships. Shut up with that national championship stuff in college. Jeez, Ari Chambers, I don't know her ass from third base. Just shut up with this is stupid. ESPN reaction number 2, or 3, I guess. Caitlin Clark is without a doubt a top 5 player. Put her on any of the big college teams, she would have won numerous championships. She accomplished more at Iowa than any other players did in top teams. Ridiculous even being debated. It's being debated because you want to get African-American women like Ari Chambers a chance to take a shot at her. But Ari Chambers, I mean, let's get somebody in there that isn't Ari Chambers. Ari Chambers, is that the damn agent? Was he what's his face's agent in the in the show? What the hell was it called? What was the show called when the guys went out to from Boston or whatever to L.A. and they ended up, he became a star. The one guy and all his buddies, Turtle, and all his friends were around him. What the hell's the name of that show? Entourage. What the hell is Ari Chambers the agent in Entourage? Come on, top 5 in college, bite me. That's all I got to say. Aaron Rodgers, looming free agency. Man, y'all are mad. The media's mad. Oh, my God. Oh, have another slice, fellas. Get yourself in there. Put your face in a pie and have a pie-eating contest, you fat, ridiculous DEI pigs. Seriously, think about it. Oh, man, Shefty's mad because Aaron Rodgers is making a life decision. Really? Okay, Shefty. I mean, God dang, Ian Rappaport, what are we going to do? Oh, my God. What's that crazy woman's name? Hell, Josina Anderson. Oh, my God. Oh, shut up, you idiots. Y'all have never had to make a life decision like this. Rodgers' free agency is starting to drive members of the media crazy. Known gasbag, Dominique. Is that a chick? Foxworthy. He's Foxworthy. Believes Rodgers should play for the Vikings for free to make over his image. What's wrong with his image? Well, a bad year. While Colin Cowherd blasted the quarterback over the duration he's dragging this out. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Man, this would never be a discussion if Rodgers was African-American. All these dudes would be afraid. Play for free. You know what word they would use? Play for free. I ain't going to use it, but you know what word they would use if a white dude asked a black quarterback to play for free. Tell me the word. Say it with me. I ain't saying it, but you know the word they would be using. Don't bullshit me. Stop it. And Cowherd, why don't you shut up? Seriously, I like you. I do. But Aaron Rodgers is making a decision. Maybe it's not that big a decision in his life. Maybe he's getting his Achilles ready. Maybe he's trying to figure something out. Why is he on your time frame? Here's Rodgers. Oh, I'm sorry.
So
here's Foxworthy.
If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would go play for the Vikings for free. I would league minimum, sign me up. And I would publicly make some big statement about how humbled I was by the experience last year.
No one's going to believe that.
It doesn't matter.
Just don't talk it.
You got to make the statement.
No statement.
Okay.
I'm here to play ball.
All right, so call the coach and tell him.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you need to sell yourself to the team. Maybe you don't do it publicly. Maybe you do it privately.
The number one way he can sell himself to the team is shut the up. It's the number one way Aaron Rodgers can sell himself to an NFL team.
No. Because shutting up, that means all we have is okay. Shutting the F up, that means all we have is him standing on a beach with a blanket on in the events of last season.
Yeah, but we also know that Aaron Glenn was like, you can come back to New York if you stop going on McAfee and if you shut the up. And he was like, nah, dude, I'm good. You can cut me.
Yeah, I think I would announce that I'm not coming on McAfee because I do think that. So the reason why I come to this opinion is, and it's easy for me to say that he don't need no more money. Like, that's easy for me to say. Maybe he does want some more money. I'm not going to begrudge anybody for wanting more money, and he could probably get more money. But I think that's what's more valuable to him right now, or what should be, in my mind, is rewriting the end of his career.
Yeah.
Because the end of his career is kind of the lasting taste that we're going to have in his mouth, because it was such an enormous, sloppy, embarrassing mess. Because most quarterbacks in their career playing poorly, but we're just like, hey, he got old. But for him, he ended it in such a publicly bad way that I think it would really benefit him to go somewhere else and kind of make over his image.
Yeah, I don't care what Dominic Foxworthy says. I just sits there smug. Imagine if a white dude said to a black quarterback, you should play for free. Those guys, you know the word they would be. It starts with an S. You know what it would be. But they're very comfortable because they're just friends. Dominic Foxworthy, fuck off. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that anymore. That's just what I feel like. I listen to these idiots, and they're so full of crap. They're so smug. They're so ridiculous that you just kind of laugh at the lasting image. The last image we'll have of Aaron Rodgers as a football player is going into the Hall of Fame. And you notice they say McAfee, right? It pisses these guys off, the whole Stephen A. Smith side of the world. There are two sides at ESPN, McAfee and Stephen A. Smith. And these guys over here that are sucking on Stephen A. Smith don't understand that Stephen A. Smith is for one person and one person only. Guess who it is? Stephen A. Smith. Have you ever seen any of these clowns advance? Nah, they're stuck on their little show there with Greeny, where, Greeny's the proverbial white guy that gets all excited if African Americans talk to him. You've seen it. No, it's beautiful. It really is. Don't go on McAfee. They always have got to talk about McAfee. McAfee doesn't talk about them. And if they were smart, Foxworthy, they would do what Stephen A. Smith's doing. Stephen A. Smith's crossing over into politics. These idiots would cross over into McAfee. It's really funny to watch. Good for Seth Greenberg going on McAfee. Here is, Colin Cowherd talking about this very thing.
There's that picture in Malibu where he's got the pods on, and I'm thinking every NFL GM is thinking, just make an effing decision, okay? You're not married, you don't have kids, you're not doing much, you're golfing, and you're reading Greek mythology. Listen, I've talked to 2 GMs, and they're like, I'm not interested.
Think of the top quarterbacks in the league. Patrick Mahomes, the only maintenance they ever have to deal with is his family. It's not him. And I think Aaron Rodgers and Russell, they're different personalities, but I think they both check the same box of like, I don't know if we have the energy. You're not good enough anymore for us to overlook that, because if you put Aaron Rodgers on Minnesota, I could see it going well, but I can also see it getting weird. Like, are you sure that you're comfortable with him, with JJ and that situation? But I do think they're thinking long and hard, but these guys don't really have options, so they can just kind of wait it out and keep talking through it.
Yeah, why is that so bad? Like, how long did Stephen A. Smith's contract negotiation take? I guess maybe a year, 2 years? I don't know. You know what I mean? 3 years? I don't know. How long did that take? No, it beats me. So Aaron Rodgers doing the same thing. Last contract he's ever going to sign in football. He's sitting there, he's trying to figure it out, and all these guys are mad. Woo! Hey, by the way, top story. The woke all-star bracket is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The next slate of voting is underway today on the OutKick Twitter account. Do yourself a favor. Jamel Hill is going to play Joy Reid in the Final Four. Keith Olbermann will be playing Sonny Hostin in the Final Four. The closest race was Sonny Hostin beating Mark Cuban, and she still got 63% of the votes. I mean, Sonny Hostin, Jamel Hill, Joy Reid, and Keith Olbermann. Racist! Racist! What are you going to do? The people have spoken. Talk to the people. All we do here at OutKick, all Joe Kinsey and the good folks do at OutKick, is they open up the voting. And America decides. And boy, I agree. Joy Reid is my winner. She's so ridiculous. Sonny Hostin would be second. Jamel Hill is inconsequential. Keith Olbermann's inconsequential, but those two actually had a voice. There are people that actually, I want you to think about this, wake up and watch The View. They wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to turn on the ladies of The View today. So there you see the bracket, Jamel Hill, over the face of anal warts, Joy Behart. Joy Reid, good for her, man. She got herself a victory. Of course, Olbermann, he's down there on the bottom right, always should be on the bottom. Over Rachel Maddow, good for you, Keith. You've maintained from your basement, you maintain a sense that people still care about your stupidity. Hey, Keith, take it this way. Just the fact that you are being talked about is a win. And then, of course, Sonny Hostin, you know, she got Cuban, the Rosie O'Donnell lookalike. You know, Sonny Hostin, hot woman. And then she talks. And then you go, oh, God. Oh, come on. Don't talk. Ease. Now, what's her husband facing? I think they ought to look into whether she knew anything about it. She seems to always accuse others of all kind of nefarious things. Why isn't she being looked at as a potential dirtbag? Hey, my school has hired Darren DeVries as a new basketball coach, Indiana. He's going to receive a 6-year deal. Spent 1 year with the Mountaineers over there in West Virginia, and I'm happy about it. I think we got a good dude, fantastic coach, and we'll see. You know, he's our new savior. Hey, look, for the life of me, I will never understand, ever, will I understand how Steve Alford has not been named the head coach at Indiana, not once. So we have a new savior. I'm very happy. I think I've always said this about Indiana. Can you just hire a decent dude? Can you just hire a guy? Mike Woodson would talk in the third person. Mike, and he's a racist and all this other stuff. Archie Miller was a little rugrat, little ratty guy, no personality. Tom Crane was a psychopath who did a good job, by the way. I thought he did a really good job, but he was always trying to educate. He was insecure, so he tried to educate people. Of course, I was the normal guy, but you know what? They didn't like me. Sampson was a golf cheat. Wouldn't pay debts, just a rotten dude. Mike Davis was a really good guy, tough situation. And Knight was a psychopath. But here's the deal for Indiana. It is not going to end well for Coach DeVries. It's just not. I think Indiana will win and win big. But ultimately, and this is what I've said about the Indiana job, you got to be able to keep your head about you. And this goes back to the 50s. A man named Branch McCracken won 2 national championships, 1940 and 1953 at Indiana. And he was kind of a war hero. He was all things to all people. He was great. But I think he got a little full of himself, left the job, whatever, wanted to come back. They said no. Going back to Branch McCracken, and this goes back to when he took the job in the 30s, not one single Indiana University coach has it ended well. Basketball. Football, nobody cares. Signetti's making us care, but other than that, nobody cares. I mean, the greatest coach in IU history, Bill Mallory's got like a 300 winning percentage. Whatever. Branch McCracken did not end well. Coach Watson did not end well. Jerry Oliver did not end well. These are the coaches prior to Bob Knight. Bob Knight did not end well. Mike Davis ended up in his basement during games. It made him crazy. Did not end well. Sampson got the boot. Did not end well. For me, it did not end well. They literally did this to me. I'm an interim coach, and the only thing I asked them to do was, look, just support me. Like, don't. 2 days before we're coaching the NCAA tournament, they announce a committee, a search committee, to find a new coach. So I've got these idiots, drug dealing, drug wheeling assholes that I'm coaching, and 2 days before. So it has never ended well for me. Indiana can kiss my ass, but I support them in my own way. Crean ended really badly. Miller, badly. Woodson, badly. It's going to end badly for DeVries, but he's going to get rich. Hopefully he wins some championships, and it doesn't end for him for a long, long time. And bring your son, Tucker. He's pretty good. No, he's pretty good. Courtney Cronin is an Indiana alumnus, and she's a moron. I mean, let's just say it for what it is. She's never added anything. She's a girl. She's a woman, so she's gotten herself, whatever. Must have a good agent. I've tried to listen to her, and there's nothing there. Zero, but she's on all the panels because she's a woman. As the only panelist on this show who went to one of the 4 teams that was snubbed and left out, which is Indiana, I should come on here and give the Homer graphic behind me. But you know what? I'm not gonna. Okay. All right. Ty goes to the Blue Blood program. The committee has told us that North Carolina is a Blue Blood program. And she's an idiot. She saw Tom Crean say that. See, the woman has never had a thought that is her own. How could she? Never played, never coached. She had no idea. And if you don't think Indiana's a blue blood program, go to Assembly Hall when the team isn't unlikable, and you'll see 17,000 people in Assembly Hall on a Sunday afternoon to play Chicago State. I was there when it happened. So Courtney Cronin's trying. She had to say something. She has no idea whether it's covering football or covering basketball, but this is a quote she took from Tom Crean. She doesn't know what the committee is. She doesn't even know what the Bears are doing, and I think she's supposed to cover the Bears. She's an unlikable woman. All I got to tell you is simply this. I don't care. If you don't think Indiana's a blue blood program, great. Good for you. You're an idiot. But hey, that's okay. They don't view Indiana as that anymore because they decided that they wanted to part ways with Mike Woodson in the beginning of February. Huh? Really? That's the reason? Really? Oh, okay. Oh, good. All right. Then they start going on this run. This run? They lost 2 of 3. They won like 3 of 5. This idiot thinks that's a run. Jesus. How do you get – I know how she got a job, but how does anybody – what are you doing? They got a couple quad 1. That's a run in the Big Ten? They beat Ohio State. Yeah, they beat Michigan State and a reeling Purdue team. Great. They got their ass beat by UCLA and Oregon twice. You know how many basketball players come out of Oregon? That's a run. They built up all this goodwill to lose to Oregon in the Big Ten tournament. Indiana has no sympathy from someone who loves the program, loves this team. If you don't know, I would bet you this woman doesn't know 5 players on this team. I would bet you this woman doesn't know jack shit. I would bet you this woman only went to games to cover games. I'll bet you on that. Hell, the idiots in Indiana, she loved this team. The idiots on Indiana, one of them, Malik Renew, transferred, announced the transfer yesterday, called it the University of Indiana. All right. Okay. 4-13 in quad 1 wins. That should eliminate you, dumbass. No losses outside of quad 1. That should eliminate you, dumbass. That doesn't matter. You're no longer a blue blood program when you handle business this way. What way? I mean, there have been so many programs, whatever. The metrics, the optics. They give them no reason to be crying about it today as much as I would love to see my own team in a tournament. It is not your own team. I didn't see your fat ass at 6 a.m. practices, 5 a.m. practice. It's not your team. You have no idea. Oh, 4-13 and quad 1 wins. Ah, dang, you should be in. She's so idiotic. It's just beautiful. It's hard to take these people seriously. You got Foxworth talking about a white quarterback playing for free. You got this fool quoting Tom Creed because she doesn't know her ass from third base. But hey, these are the media that we follow. Oh, well, hell yeah. Us at Don't At Me love a good data study, especially when it pertains to March Madness. Listen to this. According to research conducted by Wallet Hub, expect sales of beer and chicken wings to explode as the tournament gets underway. That's right. You're going to love my food. You're going to love it right here. Watch this. How common is the popular food and beverage tax? Beer sales are expected to jump 19%. Wing sales are expected to increase 23%, according to data compiled by Walnut Hub. Roughly 2.3 billion wings are expected to be eaten by fans. That's right, fans watching the game. So they asked me, what's my favorite foods to eat watching the tournament? Well, I'm going to tell you. Number 1, cheese sausage with crackers, shrimp, and jelly. I get the cheese. I get the sausages. I slice the summer sausage. I get the crackers. I get me a whole big thing of shrimps. And I get the strawberry jelly. Then you can put any combination of them. My wife initially thought it to be gross. And then I explained to her, if you like all of those things, you ask me what kind of crackers, I'll tell you, Ritz. Nothing's better than when it sits on a Ritz. I don't need wheat. A nice Ritz. Maybe a little Keebler, those Clubhouse crackers. That kind of sausage, whatever you like. You like what you like. You like spicy, get spicy. I'm good with just some summer sausage. What kind of shrimps? The kind you just peel the tail off. What kind of jelly? Whatever you like. I like strawberry. You may like grape. I don't know. But that is numero uno to me. It's a charcuterie tray, really, is what I should have said, I guess. Next, deep dish pizza. No, I'm not going to lie. There's a place over here called Mia's. I had it. It's expensive. But, man, was it good. It was a weird deep dish. It was like baked on top. But anyway, deep dish pizza to me. You know, my old standby back when I was a kid and I would get ready for the NCAA tournament, I'd go to Parkett Market. Parkett Market was a little mom and pop store. And I'd go get Jay's, not any others, but Jay's barbecue chips, the best in the business. I would go get French onion dip. I would go get Oreo cookies. Now, I'm old. It was pre double stuffs. Now it would be double stuffs or maybe triple, whatever they got. But it was pre that. There was no golden cookies. I would get all that. And then I would get red cream soda. The red cream soda was a must. I would bring it home if Indiana was playing, and then Purdue maybe next in the regular season. That was my Saturday. NCAA tournament, that was my Saturday. And then a couple Totino's pizzas. You know, one for about $1.19. Hermanaki wings. Hermanaki wings from over here at the Ale Emporium are the best-selling, true story, the best-selling wings in America on Super Bowl Sunday. If you've not had the boneless Hermanaki wings, and I don't get in arguments with y'all about bone in, bone out. I don't get what you like, get the bone in. But I don't like the fight. If you've never had Hermanaki wings from freaking Ale Emporium, I don't know what to tell you. Fantastic. And then last, I ain't mad at a good old-fashioned bucket of KFC and some slaw and some beans. They asked me for 5. I gave you 5. That's pretty good eating right there. Now, I've changed my drinking habits. It's, diet or sugar-free A&W all day. I've got 2 mugs that I rotate. There's actually such stuff on them, probably a science program growing, but I put them in my freezer. I get out the diet A&W, and away we go. That is going to be my Saturday. I hope it rains. I hope it's crappy outside, because that's what I want to do on Saturday. I want to sit my fat ass on the couch, and that's what I'm doing. What do you guys think of the new pictures? I kind of like the new pictures. Went into a studio and took pictures. All kind of different stuff. Yeah, I ain't mad at it.